My name is Benjamin Nichols, and I'm the Executive Director of the Hillcrest Business Association. Thanks for that. There are a lot of people in this crowd who have been waiting a long time for this day. So I'm excited to welcome everybody. I know there's a busy program. I know that some people on our program are still arriving, but we're going to get started. And the first thing I'm going to do is introduce the Mayor of Hillcrest, Nicole. Welcome.
Thank you. I've been the honorary mayor of Hillcrest for 10 years, and Todd is very, very not happy that he made that proclamation. Never gave it a date of expiring. So when I introduce Todd, I always go, the mayor of almost all San Diego. To sing our national anthem, let's welcome a local opera singer and a real estate agent. Oh, we had to plug that. Good for him. Andy Acosta.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Is this allowed? Oh. Yeah, he should be on American Idol or something. Good morning, buenos dias. It is good that at every groundbreaking ceremony, we acknowledge the sacred and historic land that we stand on, that of the First Nation, our American Native community, the indigenous people. And now more than ever, we proudly salute and acknowledge Black History Month. For decades, Hillcrest has been the heart and soul of the LGBTQ+ community. Notice I put T first because I think many of us got to start doing that during these times. Our community, our trans community, will not be erased, and we need to send that message every time we gather. Now more than ever, during these challenging times for our community, it's more important than ever to celebrate our pride that we are a loving, caring community that welcomes all, including those who are undocumented and refugees. That only a block away is our community center that welcomes all and is there especially during these difficult times for all seeking help and information. We in Hillcrest are also proud that we made history when we became the first city in North America to name a street after Harvey Milk, who was stationed here in San Diego in the 1950s. Our city, indeed our community, has always been proud that we are the home of the largest military complex in the Western Hemisphere. and yes, the home of tens of thousands of veterans. With those veterans and active military here with us, raise your hand so we can acknowledge your great service to our nation. Thank you. And today we especially take pride in saluting our active duty and veterans who are proud transgender Americans. My main message to you all, especially during these difficult and challenging times, is very simple. Watch over and take care of each other. Sadly, Hillcrest has the highest record of hate crimes in our entire city. But our police chief, Scott Wall, and District Attorney Summer Steffens have made hate crimes one of their highest priority. And I want to thank our chief, who's with us this morning, on his recent arrest of individuals attacking our nightclubs and Christian and welcoming churches and synagogues. Thank you, Chief Wall. And let's give a salute to all our police officers who are doing their best to make Hillcrest safe. I want to also say that we know that not only is Hillcrest the home of the LGBTQ plus community, but that of our allies and friends. And we celebrate today as one proud community and neighborhood. Finally, in celebrating this groundbreaking historic celebration, we in Hillcrest, we in California, we the LGBTQ plus community across this nation say to all, read my silicone lips. We are never, ever going back into those closets. Thank you very much. So where's Brittany Bailey? Come up here, Brittany. Now, I'm not only the honorary mayor of Hillcrest, but I'm a very old, aging drag queen. And you know, I think the best two words are that we give people that work so hard is thank you. But being the queen that I am, I've established, let me hear a oh. It is called Medal of Valor. And they come up here, Ben. These two are getting the first one. You'll see, because I don't want to take up time. I'm going to be giving these to some of our speakers, especially our elected officials who have played such a great part in this. So thank you for being there from the beginning, and thank you for carrying on both of you the work. This has been accomplished because of a village. It takes a village, but that village needs two leaders, and these two have been those leaders. And talking about hardworking leaders in our community, let's welcome our hardworking councilman of this district, Councilman Stephen Whitburn.
Well, thank you very much, Nicole, and thank you for those meaningful words that put what is happening today in the context of the current national environment, the context of the history of our community, which Nicole has been a part of for so many years. Thank you, Brittany, for everything that you have done over so many years to get us to this point today. Ben, thank you for all of your efforts as well. Well, good morning, everybody. It is great to see you here. Standing room only crowd. Thank you all for being here. This is an exciting day. We've all been talking about the Normal Street Promenade, the Pride Promenade, for many years now. And today we officially begin to turn that vision into a reality. And it is important. It is important that we create welcoming spaces for our community, particularly in the current environment. And this will take the warmth of Pride Plaza, which is where the Pride flag is right behind us in this little stretch right here. It will take the warmth of Pride Plaza and expand it into an entire promenade, complete with seating and shade, complete with 150 trees. It's really going to be a gorgeous space that we'll be able to enjoy. It is important that we have safe corridors for bicyclists and pedestrians, and this is part of a Sandag Bikeways project that'll make it easier and safer for people to get around without a car. It is important. Let's hear it for mobility. Let's hear it for our pedestrians, our bicyclists, some safety on our streets. And it is important that we have a vibrant neighborhood for residents and for businesses. And this promenade is going to further activate this area 7 days a week. You know, this is a big deal when the people who have represented this area for the past 25 years are here with us. Senate President Pro Tem Emerita Tony Atkins is with us today. Mayor Gloria, of course, is with us today. Assemblymember Ward is with us today. Our current supervisor, Monica Montgomery Stepp, is with us today. We are grateful to each of them for the key roles that they have played in this project. And I also want to thank my colleagues on the City Council. We have the most LGBT-friendly City Council in San Diego's history and perhaps in the nation. Last fall, they voted unanimously to approve the final actions necessary to move forward with this promenade. And I'm so pleased that here with us this morning is one of my colleagues, Councilmember Marty Von Wilpert. Please stand up. I really appreciate you making the trek down here from northern San Diego to be with us here in Hillcrest today. Thank you to everybody who has been involved in the visioning, the planning, the collaboration, the advocacy that is finally making this a reality. Thank you to all the Hillcrest residents and other community members and the Hillcrest Business Association and the parking district, the donors. So many people have been involved in helping to make this possible. Thank you to our City of San Diego staff, our Sandag staff, for all of their collaboration, their partnership, and hard work that has gone into this. It really has been a village that has come together to make this happen. You all are part of that village. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for your support of this project. And we're going to really enjoy seeing this come together, and once it's all built, really taking full advantage of what is here. So thank you, everybody. And now I'd like to introduce truly a key player in making this project a reality. He was my predecessor in the District 3 office. He now serves in the state legislature, where he has gone on to currently chair the very influential Legislative LGBT Caucus, which advocates for the community statewide. Please welcome Assemblymember Chris Ward.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Whitburn, and good morning, Hillcrest. You are beautiful. Look at you. I can't tell you personally how relieved I am to be just for a moment out of the state capitol. As difficult as times are, and we're going to face all these issues head on, to be back in community on this beautiful day celebrating this milestone project that got its way back in the year 2018. I really want to give a special shout and very, very sincere and personal shout out to Brittany Bailey, who was with our council office at the time, now with Mayor Gloria's office, who were closely representing the Hillcrest neighborhood. And this is the story of how this came to be. Back then, we were working on a long-lived project, which is still underway, with Sandag to work on some of these early action programs, these bicycle lanes, these other opportunities to really mix up the roadscape that we have here and make sure that it was friendly for all users. And we also know, and one of the things, maybe I didn't fully appreciate it until you're in it, when you get to be a council member, is how difficult it is to get something done. Not just actually establishing that vision, but figuring out where are you going to find the funding, how are you going to get the community support, how are you going to be able to really get past all of those individuals that tell you no, just stop what you're doing, let's just kind of keep it simple, because we can do something bigger and grander here. And so that vision, when we, I think in December of 2018, went before Uptown planners to talk about the concept, was just the beginning of that conversation. Because not in addition to the bicycle lanes here, this could be so much more. And Ben Nichols and the Hillcrest Business Association stepped up to really work as that community advocate with us side by side to make sure that we weren't just doing one thing here, but that we could think comprehensively about so many things that the community can enjoy. So when we were able to really tease this out and through all those community forums, the vision really came to life that we could envision a community space to establish, as Councilmember Whitburn said, an expansion of this really important promenade that we had, the important Pride Plaza, and really build that and integrate that into a promenade here, now Pride Promenade as we're going to know it today. That we are going to reinforce our beacon now as a LGBTQ historic district in the city of San Diego, that this is a location that all can come here to be able to enjoy some of those elements of that recognition, and importantly, to support our local businesses and those events. You can imagine the possibilities are endless to be able to have those free events here on a Friday evening, and then thank you to all of our community members and our vendors who are with the Hillcrest Farmers Market, temporarily relocated and open for business here today, but we're going to welcome them back here as well to be able to enjoy this space. We have so much to be able to work on here in Hillcrest, and I also remember as we were updating the Uptown Community Plan how hard it is to find new public space. We are built out, and so to be able to find an opportunity for a few more acres of linear park is just a dream come true. It wouldn't have been possible without all of the energy and all of the talent that we have with us here today as well. But we are not only going to be able to celebrate this milestone, we are going to be able to take that energy and think of more creative projects going forward. And as I head back to the Capitol on Tuesday to continue our work, I'm going to make sure that working on housing, working on community infrastructure, working on active transportation are cornerstones of the work that I continue to deliver for you every single day. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Let's break this ground. And I'm happy to pass this to my predecessor, Senate President Pro Tem Emerita Toni Atkins.
Well, good morning, Hillcrest. Is this a gorgeous day or what? Thank you. Let me thank Mayor Gloria and Ben Nichols for letting me join you today. The state really didn't have a lot to do in this project at all, Mayor. So it's kind of you all. But I do want to congratulate the mayor, the city council, Ben, and the entire board for what you've done. You know, that's what we do here in Hillcrest and San Diego. We stick to it until we get it done. And so I want to congratulate all of you on that and this work. And I do want to thank my assembly member, Chris Ward, because we continue to keep an eye on the DMV to see how we can incorporate all this together. And I'll be honest, it's Chris that's really held the line on that to make sure we don't lose an opportunity at the state. You know, revitalization of Hillcrest and bringing us into a new era is really important. You know, I'm thinking about the past. When I saw the new banners up and to the Business Association, let me just thank you for the honor of including me in that. But I'm thinking back about when I got here in the early 80s and that Hillcrest was already a happening place. It was a welcoming place. It was a place that we could come and be our authentic selves and feel included. I think back to some of those leaders. And forgive me if I miss someone. I'm going to mention a few names, but I never want to leave anyone out. But I think about friends of the LGBTQ community, Lou and Carol Arco. I think about Patrick and Donna McLaughlin. I think about David and Leslie Cohen, who are still very active in our city. And of course, Chris Shaw and Doug Snyder, who have continued to make Hillcrest front and center to all of their business interests and help other businesses get going. This is our legacy. This is our history. Thank you. And for those of you, I see a few in the crowd that, like me, have been here a little while or even longer. You know, I want to remember Joyce Beers, who was the head of the Business Association, and she mentored then Chris Kehoe, who later became the head of the Business Association. And then, of course, a dear friend to so many of us no longer here, also Warren Simon. And so, Ben, you and these elected officials and the community leaders, the business association, we have a legacy to live up to. We have a community to continue to be here for. We want Hillcrest to continue to be accepting and open to everyone. And so I thank you for letting me be a part of this. And now I have the wonderful privilege to introduce that new generation of leader, much like my mayor, my city council member, and my assembly member. And that is one of the incredible board members of the Hillcrest Business Association. And this is someone you all know. She is the co-owner and manager of Inside Out, Paris Sakumi Max. And we, as Chris will remember, we honored Paris with an award in the Capitol in the last year or so for her leadership, for her visibility, and for just being the incredible person she is. Please join me in welcoming Hillcrest Business Association member Paris.
Hi, it's early. I still smell like vodka from last night. Okay, I'm not a politician, so a lot of times when I'm thrown into these spaces, I kind of learn to make it as personal as possible. I am a person who grew up here in San Diego and was raised by Hillcrest. I came out very, very young, 11 years old, and I found a home here. Here's the thing though, historically, queer bars, restaurants, nightclubs have usually been the locations that we go to when we need to convene during times of celebration and during times of sorrow. For a young kid, I didn't get to go and participate in those instances. So it's nice that we've gotten to a place where we've moved forward and made a space for the youth, but we want to also make sure that they have a welcoming environment to be with us during those times of celebration and during those times of sorrow. That's when we got our Hillcrest Pride flag. And as fabulous as that is, I know a lot of us have been here when we gather at that flag, and a lot of us have almost gotten run over by a car on each side of the street of that. So now more than ever, I appreciate that we have an even better space to convene and join each other in solidarity. Especially during these trying times, I think now more than ever, we need it. I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you for having me. Let's keep spreading love, and let's make sure to take care of this place and clean up after yourselves once it's up and going, okay? Cheers, everybody.
I always like following a young, more prettier queen. Before I introduce our last speaker, I want to acknowledge Supervisor Monica Montgomery. You know, she's fairly new to this seat and has definitely realized that her district is probably one of the most diverse. And we want to thank you for your support of our community and also for the projects that are going on here. Thank you so much, Supervisor. I also want to acknowledge the mayor's staff and Woodburn staff. It always, you know, it's great that we introduce, as we should, the elected officials, but we know that it's their staff that makes them who they are. And so we want to thank the mayor's staff and the council member staff also, especially Nick Serrano. Where are you, Nick Serrano? Give a little wave. He is not Todd Gloria's clone, all right? He's a younger, more handsomer version. Uh-oh, and then I'm supposed to introduce them. Don't forget my nickname, Mommy Dearest. But on a serious note, think about it. I think we all travel, and in my travels, I meet different mayors. It's not easy being a mayor of any large city in this nation with everything that's going on. I want you to realize, he never talks about it, but the hate and the threat this man gets as our mayor. You know, to me, what has politics and government turned into? Differences should be like gentlemen and ladies, but it's not gotten that way. And that's a very sad, to say the state of our nation and community. But I want to say thank you, Todd, for being out there. And remember, it's not just the criticizing like me on bike lanes. It's criticizing him for being a person of color and being a member of our community. So no matter what our difference, we're very fortunate to have this man as our mayor, because his election proved that the mayor's office is definitely going to be an office that's going to represent in the future different. I can't wait till we have our first Asian Pacific Islander mayor, our first African mayor, and also our Latino mayor. Those days are coming. And Todd, thank you for setting the way. Ladies and gentlemen, the 37th elected mayor of San Diego, Mayor Todd Gloria.
Oh, Nicole. We all love Nicole. Don't tell Nicole that this project is bike lanes. Apparently she doesn't know that. That's that astute eye the mayor of Hillcrest is bringing to the work here in the 92103. That's okay, Nicole. We all love you. And you actually already do have your first Latino and API mayor. Grandfather from the Philippines, grandmother from Puerto Rico. So Christmas came early for you, Nicole. Listen, I'm the last speaker. I want to wrap it up because I want to dig this, and I want to encourage you all to go and support our farmers market. But I want to, right off the top, thank Paris, Ryan, Ben, the great folks from the Hillcrest Business Association. These folks are done incredible work in this community for decades, as you heard from our Senate President Pro Tem Emeritus. But they continue to do incredible work, and I am thrilled about the Clean and Safe program here in Hillcrest. I've already seen the improvement, less litter, more cleanliness, more security, more safety. That's because of the HBA. So if you're not supporting the HBA, I encourage you to look into them and make sure that you're getting involved in this organization that is making this neighborhood better and is a key partner in this particular project. So this is a historic day in one of the greatest neighborhoods in San Diego, the start of construction at the Pride Promenade. Councilmember Whitburn acknowledged many of our great leaders who are here today, and I would just say ditto to what Councilmember Whitburn said. And I would just point out, an astute observer would notice that we have the last 4 people to have represented Council District 3 here today. One after another, each of us has carried the torch forward to deliver great things for our community, and in particular, our LGBTQ plus community. It is my good luck that I get to be mayor when some of these projects are coming into fruition after many, many years, and in some cases, many decades of hard work by elected and community leaders. I'm talking about the creation of, as was mentioned before, the nation's first Harvey Milk Street right here in the middle of Hillcrest. Thank you, Nicole, for that great idea. The first, our Pride Plaza with our 50-foot Pride flag that is up there every single day, making it very clear to everybody, this is the neighborhood, and we're proud of it. I'm talking about San Diego's AIDS Memorial, which was dedicated at the Olive Street Park just a couple of months ago on World AIDS Day. Couldn't be prouder to finally have that memorial for the thousands of San Diegans we've lost to HIV and to AIDS. Assemblymember Ward got to this, but I'm talking about the new community plan for the neighborhood of Hillcrest that was passed last year and for the first time established a historic cultural and entertainment district to honor and support LGBTQ plus community organizations and businesses. Forever in perpetuity, Hillcrest will be known as the home of the LGBTQ community. And today we gild that lily just a little bit more with the breaking ground on Pride Promenade, which will create yet another place where residents and visitors can gather here in one of the greatest neighborhoods in our city. This project will say loud and proud that this community is a wonderful, incredible neighborhood that we can all take pride in. And I want to tell you, projects like these, the list I just gave you or the one here today, don't happen by accident. They're the result of a lot of hard work, really a grand plan that we've been executing on for many, many years, and one that centers equity, inclusion, and love in all that we do in this neighborhood. And none of these things would have happened without the persistence and hard work of a long line of community leaders, some who are no longer with us and some who are still here today. And I want to thank every single one of you. I got started here as a community representative 25 years ago for then Congresswoman Susan Davis. So many of you all have been there through every one of those years. And it's that persistence and consistency that is why this is one of the best neighborhoods in San Diego. So to every business owner, every community resident, every leader who is here, thank you for what you do. I get paid to do this. You do not. And I appreciate so much for your volunteer service that makes this neighborhood better. Give it up for all of our community volunteers, everybody. I want to acknowledge the partnership of Sandag, which is overseeing both the construction of Pride Promenade as well as the Eastern Hillcrest Bikeway. And let me just say this very clearly. They're doing it with union labor, everybody. Local folks who are being employed with good wages and health care benefits and retirement security. This is taxpayer money, and we should be doing it to lift up people, and so I'm grateful we can do that. Shout out to the Griffin Company, who's leading the construction here on site. Really grateful to that. I want to acknowledge our parking district, Jerry Trussell, and the folks at the Uptown Parking District for providing critical funding for this project. I know you don't like paying parking meters, but guys, this is where the money comes from to do important projects like this that improve quality of life, connect these things, and understand why this is so important. And then lastly, and this has to be done. You know, last couple of weeks or so, I've been hearing a lot of talk about public employees, and I'm a proud public employee, and public employees get stuff done. And we are joined here today by folks from our city's Economic Development Department, our Transportation Department, our Development Services Department, our Engineering and Capital Projects Department, the Mayor's Office, the Council Office. These are city employees that get up every single day, not to get rich, but to simply serve this community and make our neighborhoods better. And in particular, I want to call out our Chief Operating Officer, Eric Dargan, who is here, our Deputy Chief Operating Officers, Christina Peralta and Chris McFadden. Fun fact, they're here in the neighborhood, so you guys are well represented. And I want y'all to give a big shout out. If you all been noticing, I've been working hard on these roads, right? I've been trying to pave these streets. The last guy did 1,000 miles across 2 terms. I've done 1,650 miles in 1 term. I care deeply about fixing these damn streets, but the one who does it is Bethany Bezak, who's right here. Bethany, give it up. Give it up for the streets lady, everybody. And be sure to give her your pothole complaints before you get out of here, okay? And it's already been said, but let me repeat. Brittany Bailey has been the heart and soul behind this project. If you want something done, give it to Brittany. She will get it done. I'm very proud of you. Her 2 little ones are here today. Boys, your mommy is incredible, and the mayor is very, very proud to have her on his teams. Thank you very much, Brittany. So let it be said that good things happen when we come together and when we work together, and this project is absolutely emblematic of that. You've heard a lot of talk about the benefits of Pride Promenade that we're beginning work on here today. But remember, this is not just an asphalt concrete surface, although that would be pretty important. We also have, this will be connecting a number of bikeways here in the community, creating additional safety for cyclists and pedestrians. This project will help advance our ambitious climate action plan goals. This project will help us showcase local small businesses here in Hillcrest, building community. And I think one of the things I'm most excited about, it includes a number of stormwater improvements, meaning the next time it rains, you will not have Lake Hillcrest here on the corner. You will have a free-flowing storm channel system that will make sure this neighborhood doesn't flood out when it rains. This is what this project is so transformative and why this is worthy of celebration. And I love seeing the crowd that's here today. And I invite you back in about 2 years' time when all this work will be done and we can finally cut the ribbon, because I love a groundbreaking, but a ribbon cutting is 1,000,000 times better. So Hillcrest, I am so proud of you all. Let's keep working hard to find wonderful ways to come together as a community, the private sector, the public sector, to get big and bold things done. I know many of you are carrying a heavy heart these days with everything that is going on in this country, but I want you to stay focused on the fact that at the local level, we can continue to deliver progress that improves the lives of everyone in this great city. I couldn't be prouder to be your mayor. Thank you for this opportunity, and let's get back to the ribbon cut. Let's get back to the groundbreaking. 3, 2, 1.